Fuck. I forgot how to speak. I've been cursed. Okay. Trying to remember how to stream. Like how Risk of Rain currently isn't open, despite the fact that I should. I just should have it open. Enjoy my study soon of the art I made this morning in like an hour or something. It totally reflects my current art style, and then the art style I use like PNG. I'm just good at art like that. Okay, I have, for the last two times, yeah, these are the last two I need to beat. I need to win. I'm moving these. Boom! Risk of Rain. That's so cool. Okay. All I need to do, I need to beat 7 and 8 on Seeker, and I'm on 8 with False Sun. This is still too quiet. Boop! Good enough. Okay. I'm almost done, and so far it's been rather easy. But to be fair, these characters aren't Chef. And Chef is bad. Chef sucks. It's been really easy. I was on, I believe, Eclipse 4 on each of them before I actually started to actually grind Eclipse. I reached Eclipse 4 with all the Seekers of the Storm Survivors, and then I felt funny and decided I should just play Chef until I beat Eclipse 8 with him. And I did. I beat Eclipse 8 with Chef. I can't wait for Chef to be reworked. But I think it's been like... Yeah, Chef is the one character you can and can't cook as. He tries. Chef tries to cook. Maybe undercooked it a little bit. It's like practically raw. But I've been doing this for like 2 days, and I've beaten most. I've only done like 1 to 2-ish runs. More like 2 to 3 runs like a day. I haven't been at this for long. This just shows how much better these characters are. I beat 5 and 6 first try with both of them. I did up to 7 first try with False Sun. But also False Sun's just absurdly strong. Seeker's balanced. I actually like Seeker. Seeker doesn't bore me like False Sun does. Seeker's News just looks like a quick time event. It is. That's the whole gimmick. go into a quick time event, and when you complete it, you deal damage and you heal. It also gives you a stack of your passive, which increases the effectiveness of each of your moves somewhat, and also gives you a 1% increase to all of your stats. Which on one hand is a cool idea, on the other hand, man, it's so lame. 1% increase on all stats. It's really funny. The 7th one doesn't even stack, so you're only getting a 6% boost in all stats because the 7th one doesn't give you the 7th one doesn't give you a stack of tranquility, because instead gives you saving grace or whatever, which is like a little, I don't know, a little like don't die mechanic. Like if you go under 25% health, it heals for, I believe, like 50% of your health. Like, you see my secret sounds fun, but it doesn't increase sound lame. Yeah, I think it's an interesting gimmick. And it's done decent. Like, the effects on her other moves, the increased effects on her other moves are cool. But the 1% increase to all stats, that's really what I'm looking for. But, like, the other effects are actually not bad. Increasing the damage of the third hit of the primary. I wish it increased more damage of moves, because most of what it does is increases, like for the secondary I'm using, for the secondary, it doesn't increase damage or anything, it increases the healing from it. Which is cool and gives me more ways to heal. But also, like, it'd be really cool if it increased in damage. For the utility and the special, both Sojourn and Meditate, I think, Sojourn just increases in width, or in size. Increases in size, so it's easier to hit enemies with it. And Meditate, I believe, heals more, and also increases its size. Which, it really isn't that noticeable. Also, I failed. I suck at this. I cannot read directional inputs. At least for the ultimate secondary and the primary, effectively damage increases. Because the primary is the third hit damage. I believe it can, like, almost double its damage at max stack. And the alternate secondary increases the amount of hits each orb can take, which is really cool and really good. Except I'm not using it. Despite the fact that it'd just be better, I like using the default secondary more. But I think for Eclipse 8 I'll probably use Seeker's Balls. That's a chest I almost didn't see. Yeah, that's a good item. Opal's a great defensive item. Very nice. 50% damage reduction for the first hit every like 7 seconds. The point of the game is to have fun, to use the move you enjoy. So true, Error. That's what I think. As long as you're having fun, I don't care. People, I love it when you specifically like something that no one else likes, and then everyone just like bullies you for it. That's so fun. It doesn't show a toxic community at all. Yeah, my most important thing in games is as long as I'm having fun. If I'm not having fun, what's the point? money. Okay, for the past like 3 runs or something, I've entirely forgotten about the Halcyon Shrine, which is like objectively really good to get because it gives you like 3 extra items at most. But I keep forgetting it. You know when the people know that I have to pick up Cursed Eye and Isaac? I do that too because I like Cursed Eye. I think Cursed Eye is funny. It's fun to use, and I like its gimmick. If you don't, just don't get hit SMH my head. I should do another Isaac stream. I uploaded a whole one Isaac video, and that's all I'm gonna do for Isaac. I'm done playing Isaac forever, actually. I should actually like stream Isaac at some point. I also need to make another recording I also need to make another recording of a co-op run. Because the ones I keep saying to my edit, the videos that we're recording don't work. The ones I keep sending, the videos I keep recording have like just audio missing, which is stupid and dumb, and I hate it. And I'm gonna fix it eventually. Ow. That hurt. We tried talking to my mom. Yes. Dashi, I don't know if you know, but I have. Videos are petty. Hate roguelikes. Yeah, that's true, Era. I do hate roguelikes. As someone who is like almost almost all of their content be roguelikes. Yeah, I hate roguelikes. As someone who plays mostly roguelikes, I hate roguelikes. These games suck. I am not playing a roguelike right now. Is that a chest over there? I'm gonna go grab that. Making 2 is actually a third-person shooter game. I mean, it is. It is a third-person shooter game. It is also a roguelike. I hate roguelikes. I would never. No, don't target my BO. Come over here. Yes, good. So cool, awesome fun fact. The pathing on this enemy is broken, so he'll never reach me here. It literally just can't reach me up here. If it can, because it will never try to find ways to get to you. It'll always try to get like the most direct path and ignores like all terrain or whatever. And it's really dumb and shouldn't be a thing, but it is. They coded this game well. There's a blood cradle on this stage? What the hell? Oh my god, I just missed that entire part of the map. What's wrong with me? try to glitch above you and get to you. That'd be funny. If I try hard enough, I'll get her. I just realized that these Hopu feathers are floating. What the hell? They did not tie the model to the. They did not tie the Hopu feather outfit to the Seeker's model correctly. They probably just use like. That's probably a thing for like a beta model. It's probably like originally like larger. Or no, the developers are dumb. Once I beat Eclipse 7, I don't know who I'm gonna beat Eclipse 8 with first, or who I'm gonna try to do first. So far, I've kind of just been doing like alternating, where for the most part, I've just been like alternating which character I've been doing runs with. Might do False Sun first, just because False Sun bores me a bit. Well, I think False Sun is less fun to play, and therefore I should do him first. Like, do the worst ones first, so I don't have to deal with them later. That's what I did with Chef. You get Sigurd then, yeah, False Sun, victory lessons, he said he's easier. I mean, he definitely is easier. I just think he isn't as fun to play. My problem with False Sun is that False Sun has everything, with like without like a super interesting way of integrating it. It's all because of his passive. His passive gives him free stats. I think like the way they give you the stats it's kind of fun. Because it's based off of your secondary and how many charges you have of it. It's like based on like how many charges you currently have compared to what your max charges are. I think that part's interesting. On the other hand, False Sun gets free stats for playing the game. False Sun's growth mechanic is really cool, turning more or less useless items into like genuinely really good items. Because health items are not that great generally. Right, like Bison Steak is kind of just white scrap. Infusion's fine. And like Personal Show Generator is also okay. Personal Show Generator is worse on False Sun. But, see, False Sun can turn Bison Steak into a good item. I think that mechanic's cool. But also, I kind of wish there were more ways to get extra max health. I believe at the current moment there's 5? Bison Steak, Infusion, Pearl, Irradiant Pearls, and Prayer Beads. I believe those are the only ways to get extra max health. Which is kind of lame because Pearls and Irradiant Pearls are exclusive to... oh, I guess there's also Stone Flux. But I hate Stone Flux Mojo. Pearls and Radiant Pearls are exclusive to cleansing pools. Not every stage has a cleansing pool, or has a chance to spawn cleansing pools, and if you don't have any lunar items, you're not getting them at all. I hate Stone Flux. It's a bad lunar item. It's a lot better when you're playing False Sun, because part of False Sun's passive is that less lunar spikes he has, faster he'll be. It's like, if you have more, you get extra attack speed and armor, but if you have less, you get extra regen and attack speed. It's a Stone Flux, which doubles your max health, increases your growth by a lot, which gives you extra charges on your secondary, which in turn gives you more movement speed, which negates the downside of Stone Flux, because the downside of it is it halves your speed. But if my speed's increasing by 2.5% per spent lunar spike, and I have not quite double the base amount, but pretty much like double the base amount of lunar spikes, but the effects kind of negated. But that's lame. That's just lame. And I'm biased. I hate lunar items. Except for Defying Gouge. I love Defying Gouge, and that's the only lunar item I'll willingly take. Unless I'm like actually just trying to have a bit of fun, I don't take lunar items. I think a lot of them are boring and lame and boring. I hate them. I like Defying Gouge because it's funny. I also kind of like the active items because they're also funny. I like the active items when I have them, except for Spinal Tonic. I genuinely hate Spinal Tonic so much. Okay, that's another way to increase your max health. I forgot, Spinal Tonic increases your max health. But I hate Spinal Tonic. It's the reason why I also hate gestures.
I have to go. I'm sorry.
Because if you have a Spinal Tonic and 4 Gesture of the Drowns, you negate the downside of Spinal Tonic. And it's dumb and stupid. I hate it. What the fuck am I dying to? Oh, I used my... Whoops. Oh, that's what I was dying to. Blazing Blind Pest. No, there goes my drones. It's been 25 seconds. Oh my god, there's so many blind pests. Can I kill it in time? Probably not. Wow! That was so scary. I was so afraid of that Vagrant explosion. Secret Sojourn is kind of broken because it makes you immune to everything. Like actually everything other than the self-damage Sojourn gives you. It's so dumb. You can negate so much with it. Especially since you have a second before, you have like a second or two before, I'm pretty sure it's 1 second until you actually start taking self-damage from Sojourn. But it's so funny, you hit those pesky Void Cradles, removing half your max health, or taking, or dealing 50% of your health as damage. Well, guess what? Sojourn will fix that. Because you're immune to all damage. Unicorn some of the screen too and give you flight. Yeah. It's so dumb. Because it isn't like iframes where iframes are you're immune to almost everything. You aren't immune to stuff like self-damage or like void cradles. Right? Like self-inflicted damage that like I find like you kind of like willingly taken isn't affected by iframes. So if I were to use a Void Cradle or a Shrine of Blood while I had iframes, I would still take the damage, but I would still be immune to enemy attacks and stuff. Soulja makes you immune to actually everything. The only thing you take damage to is Sojourn's self-damage. Which, like, that's funny, that's cool, that's kind of funny, and it's really strong. It's like 3 items. But on the other hand, that's, yeah, I think makes you out to, yeah, outside damage, yeah, pretty much. But this is, you're immune to literally everything with Sojourn. The self-damage is, and actually, to be fair, the self-damage from Sojourn, without any, like, defensive items, is kind of threatening, especially later on, since it increases based on your level. But the other thing is that, the Potion Armor Plate, the item of Potion Armor Plate, which reduces the damage you take by 5, having a few of them, makes the damage 1. Because the Potion Armor Plate can't reduce damage lower than 1. But the self damage isn't like, the self damage is like rapid small hits of damage. Yeah, which is why the Potion Armor Plate counters the self damage so well. That's why one just like the strongest build you could have with Seeker is a self damage build, which especially in Eclipse, this is something you can't do that much because of modifiers. Specifically, like 5 and 8 are probably the biggest ones that prevent you from doing a self-damage build. Cutting your healing by half and making it so that all damage that you take, sorry, the 2.5% of your max health give you max health reduction for the stage. Those modifiers really harm like self-damage you builds. But with Seeker, those modifiers are still in effect, but if you just have like a few potion plates, it doesn't matter how much damage the enemy can deal to you when you're taking 1 damage from the self-damage. You can never do it infinitely though. You can never do Sojourn infinitely because its other gimmick is that when it's active, it reduces the healing you receive down to 0 over time. Except you could do it infinitely. It reduces the amount of healing you receive, but it doesn't reduce the amount of barrier you get. If you can kill stuff and gain some, if you have like a few topaz brooches and you kill stuff, you're not going to die. It's also the best, like the best reason why Soul Spiral, Seeker's alternate secondary. I take 40 damage and you take 1 instead. Exactly. That like the max damage you're realistically taking, and like a run straight to Mythics, you're probably gonna take like 15, 18 damage a tick. At least from what I could tell. Alright, so you don't need that much. Also, like, the fact it doesn't reduce barrier is probably the best reason why Seeker's balls are objectively the stronger secondary. It's because on hit they give you barrier, and at max tranquility they give you, I believe they have 13 hits before they expire, which is a lot of barrier. Especially since you can have a ton of balls spinning around you. That to me is lame. What I like self-damage builds, but not when it's just get some potion armor plates. I don't know, a razor wire and you win. GG. That's so boring. What I like about on hit builds is the strategy you need to know like what can you take damage from, right? Like, is it worth it to take damage from this? I like it. I like doing my favorite character to do it on is Rex because of his self-damaging skills. But the self-damaging skills are fun and you're invincible from everything. Have fun. Because Rex's plant skills have some risk to them. They reduce they deal a ton of damage to you for using them. Especially Seed Barrage. Because the gimmick of that is that it doesn't take away as much health as the other moves, but it has the shortest cooldown in the game of 0.5 seconds. Which is really interesting because you could spam it, but if you did that, you'd be at very low health. I like Rex. Secret Sojourn just trivializes any damage. And that's boring. I could have a Razor Wire, like 3 or 4 Repulsion Armor Plates, and I would just win the run. And that's lame. This bounce is fun. So true, actually. I really like Rex. Rex is my favorite character. Remove Chef's ability to apply weaken because that's Rex's passive, not Chef's. Damn it! That's good. Never mind. I messed up. I meant to get the Will-o'-the-Wisp, but Shadow Quest Storm is also really good. Free items. I give a lot to info that catches. Don't need to steal from Rex. I mean, it's not even part of, it's literally just, it's one of Chef's moves. Chef's Glaze applies weaken. I still hate it because it's literally Rex's passive. Rex's passive is the weaken effect. Like, literally, like, the effect text of it is that some of Rex's moves apply weaken. And then, I don't think it, and then might, like, tell you what weaken does, kinda. I know it lies, it doesn't tell you the truth about what weaken does, but that's Rex's passive. So that's what makes Rex special. There's other things, but that what makes Rex unique. Why give it to Chef? Give Chef some other debuff. I know you can! What the fuck happened? What was that? What did I die to? I died to the planet. I don't know what I died to. I think I died to one of the barrels. Because they explode and they deal a lot of damage. Okay. If I use Soul Spiral, it's very easy to tell why Soul Spiral is the better secondary. But because of that, I think it's kind of lame. Maybe it goes to like targets move around more uncontrollably, like they're walking on an oil trail. It's like one of the things that Glaze did in the first game. Not really. It wasn't that impactful or anything, but it would make the ground more slippery. It would make it so like you would retain. It wouldn't affect enemies at all. It would give them the oil debuff, which does nothing on its own, but makes Seer do more damage and stuns. But what it did to you is that it kind of made you retain some of your momentum when you moved on it, which on one end was a cool effect, I guess, but it also didn't. It barely did anything. And both in one and returns, like the oil trail keeping your momentum does nothing. And also, like, I don't think it would work as well in this game just because of how different Blaze is compared to the first game. It could be some other debuff that works similarly to Weaken. Where it makes like enemies less potent, less of a threat, but just not Weaken, please. Was 2 unique debuffs too much? Actually, Chef has 4. 5? Chef has 5 unique debuffs. No, they're not debuffs. Never mind. Chef has 3. Chef has 3 debuffs in total, but like completely new ones, like introduced in Seekers, like on Chef. Chef has like no unique debuff because the marks that tell you like what moves you use on enemies, those technically aren't debuffs. And the only other thing that's special for Chef is the Yes Chef ready thing. The whole buff is supposed to keep track of Yes Chef if your next move is gonna be boosted or not. It doesn't stack at all. It's lame. You really can't have it stack. But it's a buff. Yes Chef is not that good of a move though. You know who does get a unique debuff? False Sun. With Lunar Ruin. Technically it's not unique to him. Technically it's not unique to False Sun. Because False Sun has False Sun is the only person to have Lunar Ruin, but isn't the only source of Lunar Ruin. That sounds really odd, but I swear it makes sense. I believe there's 3 things in the games that can apply Lunar Ruin, all unique to Seekers of the Storm stages, specifically the Prime Meridian, or False Sun. Because the False Sun character applies Lunar Ruin when hitting anything with his Lunar Spikes. The False Sun boss can apply it with his Lunar Spikes. Oh, and Lightning! Lightning can also apply it, which is unique to the Prime Meridian, which I will not go to. I hate this Path of the Colossus. It's not exactly true. I hate the Prime Meridian and I hate the False Sun fight. The stages, the tree stage and the the Providence Feet stage. Those stages are cool. They look great. I have problems with Treeborn Colony. They look really good, and actually Treeborn Colony enemies. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with the Providence Feet stage. I refuse to call it by its actual name. Dude, that stage is honestly pretty cool. Treeborn Colony is annoying and has really annoying enemies. But the Prime Meridian sucks. Both like getting up to the arena and fighting Fosun is just annoying. It's like after you reach a certain point in the stage, what it does is it spawns an evil event or something, where it spawns a ton of enemies, a ton of random enemies. Something special compared to like other stages where it's like I believe enemies don't naturally spawn in Prime Meridian. But what it does do is it just spawns like a ton of enemies when you reach that certain threshold. And the other thing it does is it summons lightning to go after you. Lightning is everywhere. It will hit you. You can't. The only way you can dodge it if you have enough movement speed too. You can't go like high. You can't go like in the air to dodge it like you could with like other things that are similar to it. Like something like the overloading worms, lightning balls or whatever when it throws into the ground. You can dodge those simply by going up in the air. Despite the fact that it visually has lightning strikes, the only part that hits is the explosion when it hits something. The first stage is the Providence Feet stage. The third, technically it's a second stage, but the first stage of the Path to Colossus is Providence Feet, and then it's the Treeborn Colony. Get it right next time. Fake Risk of Rain fan. Like, the first stage of the Path to Colossus is fine, perfectly fine. I like it. It's good. Treeborn Colony has really annoying enemies and is really small. I hate the Prime Meridian. Anyways, this is why, so if you look at my health bar, this is why, Seeker's Balls is the better secondary. So, like, yeah, you have to have Masquerade too. I totally... I know that you don't have, you totally have Masquerade too. So what if you have it and you just don't know it? I gifted you Risk of Rain 2. This is a lie, I literally can't. So the lightning is stupid. Because its hitbox is the whole lightning strike instead of just like when it... For most other things, something like the Royal Capacitor, or Overloading Worms, Lightning Strikes, Lightning Balls, or I don't know, I don't remember what other things cause those. But those things only have an actual hitbox at like the base of the explosion. So where its target would be, whether it be an enemy or the ground. When they explode, and the lightning strike is just visual. Not in Prime Meridian. That lightning strike will hit you for the full radius of the base explosion, no matter how high up you are. You will get hit by it. And then you get a debuff that slows you and makes you take extra damage. Because that's fun and fair and because I can dodge it. It's so funny how much it's expected to be a post-loop stage. It sounds, yes, because it is. It's so dumb. And I hate it. I hate it so much. It's one of the main reasons I don't go to the Prime Meridian. The other main reason is the False Sun fight. There are chests that spawn on the Prime Meridian, but they're like almost never worth trying to get, because as soon as you go near a chest, because they're all on like small islands, lightning will just surround the area and kill you. Hit you a lot. It's dumb and I hate it and it sucks. It's like, what am I supposed to do about it? Just be faster, SMH my head? Yeah, you just die if you're getting a chest. Yeah, pretty much. It's either you're dead or you're about to die. Because not only are you taking damage for the lightning, but you also have a debuff that makes you take 10% more damage per stack. So you're not only taking damage from the lightning, but you're taking more damage for the rest of the stage because the debuff is practically permanent. The one saving grace of the debuff part is like they have like kind of like fail saves for like maybe you took just a you got hit by like few strikes of lightning a lot and you're taking a ton of damage from everything. They have these shrines littered around the stage. Even in the False Sun fights, they have these shrines just littered about the stage, which upon interacting or like after a bit of a delay from interacting with it, it will explode. It'll explode after when you interact with it. It'll explode, and after a bit of delay, it'll give you about like half your health in barrier, and it would also remove all of your debuffs, which is the only way to get rid of Lunar Ruin on the when you're playing a character. You need things to remove debuffs. There's other ways. There's Ben's Raincoat, which, if it's not on cooldown, will negate the debuff entirely. And there's also Blast Shower, which makes it so which removes all your debuffs upon activation. But the main way is the little shrines. But there's only so many of them, and the lightning goes forever. It used to be able to hit you during the False Sun cutscene. Like during the cutscene when the False Sun spawns. So you have to, you have to save those shrines when you need them. I believe if you interact with enough of them, they have, it makes it spawn items on, like, the base right before the, False Sun fight. But I'm not entirely sure because I don't go to the Prime Meridian. And I stopped going to the Prime Meridian after I unlocked the Prime Meridian skins for each of the characters. And they're also littered about in the False Sun fight, which is, they're generally helpful. But they're actually required at some point. You actually have to hit them at some point. The False Sun fight. That's only like half my issues with the Prime Meridian. My other issue is the entire False Sun fight. All of it. It's not balanced. It's like, one of the first phase, honestly, like, the first phase isn't that bad. It's fine. He only really has like 2 attacks in the first phase. He can slam his club, which goes through walls for some reason. And he can dash, which goes like forever. I don't think there is a genuine way to avoid him going right up to you when he dashes. I think it genuinely has. Just... yeah. Good. Not off to a good start. No. The Secret of the Storm DLC was not very good on release. They're trying to fix it. Like, they've said that they're going to fix it. Right? They've released a huge update on like what they're planning to do. Because Secrets of the Storm is such a mess, they have to do it in like 3 different phases. Each we're working on a specific thing. Like the first one is the first phase, the first patch of updates will be items. They're gonna rework almost every single Secrets of the Storm item, which is great because the items are not good for the most part. Some of them are good, some of them are well balanced. And then we have something like Knockback Fin. Which is genuinely so horrible. Alright, the second phase is the False Sun. Is the Prime Meridian and the False Sun fight. They're rebalancing False Sun. Right, so he's not like absurd to deal with if you're not looping. Or at all, hopefully. They're also changing the enemies in that patch, I believe. Because the enemies also need reworking, for the most part. They introduced 3 enemies, and they're all stupid. They're all dumb. They're all, like, unfair. Technically, they introduced 4 enemies, but False Sun doesn't count. 3 enemies. 3 non-boss enemies. Right, Scorchrooms are stupid. Scorchrooms are just like the most BS enemy. Because their gimmick is honestly, it's not a horrible gimmick as an idea. It kind of takes the base of like a mini mushroom where like its main damage isn't supposed to be like upfront damage, it's supposed to be damage over time. Right, so it shoots these fireballs that when they reach their point, when they reach wherever they're intended to go, right, they have like an AoE which inflicts burning to you and deals damage. That part's fine, I guess. What makes them horrible to fight is the fact that the actual lifetime of the AoE and the projectile lifespan, the visual effects and the like damaging effects are different. It's really funny. So the damaging part of it lasts longer than the visual part. So at some point you could just be hit with burning from nothing. It would be the Scorch Worm, but you wouldn't know because it's not there. How am I supposed to dodge something that isn't there? And then also after a while they retreat and go invincible. They dig into the ground and you can't hit them at all, and they stay there for so long. It's really annoying. It's like they have really easy counters though. Scorchers are super weak to any form of stunning. If you can stun them, you've effectively negated everything they can do. Because the only form of they can't move normally. Wait, when they're unburrowed, they can't move. So it's like it makes stuns more useful. It also makes for a bullshit enemy. If you can't stun him, if you don't deal enough damage to kill it before it burrows, or you can't stun it, it becomes a real pain. Especially if you're fighting an overloading Scorchworm. Because by the time it comes back up, it's gonna have all its shields back. And you're just like never gonna kill it. Anyways, time to circle around the boss. Wow, this is so interesting. This is so cool. What gameplay. Watch me instantly kill one of them. Or both. Actually, I could probably reach both. Nope, just one. Never mind. Oh, never mind. Just didn't do a lot of damage. I lied. The other thing with Sojourn is that its damage increases the longer you stay in it. It's kind of slow, to be honest, but if you can stay there in there infinitely, it's strong. Shocking. Other enemies like Halcyon Knights aren't that bad. Except for the fact that no, they're just bad. The attacks themselves aren't that bad or anything, and considering them, they're not like super tanky or anything. They're not like unkillable, and they're not like undodgeable. It's just like they're fundamentally broken. It's really weird. They just have a lot of stuff wrong with them. It's just, they can use multiple attacks at once. Sometimes they can just choose to ignore the movement displacement effects. They can do multiple attacks at once. Sometimes their hitboxes last longer than they should. They can't path correctly. It's not like the enemy is inherently bad, except for the Gilded one. The Gilded Halcyon Knight is so horrible to fight, but that's because Gilded elites are horrible. They're super tanky and they have a ton of damage. But what makes Halcyon Knight scary isn't exactly like their attacks or anything. It's more because they're broken, which makes them unpredictable, kinda. It makes them really hard to fight. And then, like, the last enemy, and the enemy you'd probably see the most common enemy out of any of them, children. They're annoying to fight. I think generally the community has just don't really like them. I don't think they're that bad. But that's because their whole gimmick is that they frolic around the map. I think that's also their pathing that also has an issue with like pathing, because sometimes they can't just like ignore you. Their attacks can stop working entirely. But like they have like a long wind-up for their attack, and the projectile itself is really slow. But it does a ton of damage. It does so much damage. That's the main complaint of them, is that they just do too much damage. But the reason I don't mind them is that the projectiles they fire out aren't a threat. Unless you're caught off guard by it, they're not gonna hit you. But if they do, especially if it's an elite, say goodbye to your run. Okay, just like the Scorchworms, they're super weak to any kind of stun. And if you can't stun them, enjoy playing hide and seek with them, because when they get hit, they teleport away. They're invincible for the teleport, which is fair enough, I guess. There's no real indicator of where they're going. They kind of just teleport, gone, which is super annoying. But compared to other enemies, children have low health. I was talking about False Sun. I should get back to talking about False Sun. Because I need to talk about False Sun's attacks, because those are also dumb. Like his stupid dash. That will reach you. It will. False Sun's dash in the fight is stupid. It makes him invincible. You can't hit him while he dashes. You can't hit him for a small duration after he dashes either. It spawns like a few pillars of damage. Yup. Very similar to Mithrix's, the damaging pillars that Mithrix spawns when he does his slam attack in phase 3. He spawns like a few of them, like around where it dashed. And then he gets to hit you with another attack. He will reach you, and he will instantly slam his club on you because he felt like it. Actually, that's another thing that's broken with False Sun. False Sun can sometimes do 2 attacks at once. Like, he might be in the middle of an animation of doing one, and then he'll just randomly do another. Oh wait, there is another attack in phase 1, which is like spike spray or whatever. It's essentially a giant shotgun blast of lunar spikes, and they do a lot of damage, but that's more because of False Sun's damage. False Sun has the stats of an endgame boss in stage 4. Mithrix is, for reference, Mithrix is a stage 6 boss. You fight him on stage 6 if you're without looping. The other final bosses are similar. I mean, Twisted Scavengers are at minimum stage 9. And the Voidling technically could be a stage 5 boss at minimum, I believe. Stage 1. Stage 3 boss at minimum. Don't fight the Voidling at stage 3, but unlike False Sun, like the Voidling is a lot more of a hidden boss because you have to go through the void fields, go through a special portal that leads you to the Void Locus and stats. Yeah, he's similar stats to Mithrix, and actually let me check. I'm pretty sure False Sun has lower stats than Mithrix. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. So, huh. False Sun has higher stats than Mithrix. And shows up 2 stages earlier. I guess the idea of it was to be like a similar threat to Mithrix despite showing up 2 stages earlier. Like, to have very similar stats, but it's scaled less, right? Because obviously it's gonna be later in the run when you fight Mythics compared to fighting False Sun. That's stupid! False Sun is slower. False Sun is slower than Mithrix. and has like slightly more armor. But he shows up 2 stages earlier. But like his spike shotgun, as I'm gonna call it now, it's not that bad. I would say it's easy to avoid, but at the same time, Fall Stun is surprisingly fast. Super threatening if you're like up close to him. Higher damage scaling, damage, and HP. Yeah, but for the most part, damage and HP scaling are tied to the base damage. They're just like, for the most part, damage and HP scaling is based off of their base stat. So if their base stat's higher, then the scaling is going to be higher. I think there's just probably a few exceptions to it. But like the biggest one is the Full Sun character, who starts with 1 more damage than Commando. Or is it, it's like 1 or 2. Commando starts with 11. Right? The base character starts with 12. Multi starts with 11. The Commando is the base, is like the base for like stats. Right? Damage, yes, 12 damage plus 2.4 per level. I believe Full Sun has 13 damage, but only scales plus 2 a level. Yeah. Which is really weird because, I don't know if there's any other characters with 13 damage. I believe everyone else has... Because Mochi has 11 and scales 2 plus 2.2. And Engineer has 14 and scales 2.8. It's plus 2.2 per damage. Right, but Fall Sun's the only case of a character not having base damage that would fit with having like scaling damage that fits with their. I believe, is it lower than? Oh, that's evil. What the? It scales so much less. It scales, yeah, 0.2 less damage compared to Multi, who has the lowest base damage. Oh, my game crashed. That's awesome. I'm gonna get water, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I have water now. I mean, close on just like the negative part in his name. No, it's not. I know what caused it. Cause I have this photo mode mod. I just take photos. But sometimes it breaks. Sometimes when you're in the pause menu and leave, by pressing escape, it can sometimes just freezes it. Anyways, back talking about False Sun. Honestly, the first phase is not that bad. And then the second phase happens. You go to the second phase and there's a lot. And by a lot, I meant two main things change. Which is, one, he gets a new attack. The second thing is that stone golems will constantly spawn throughout the phase. Very similar to Mythic's Phase 3, where while Mythic's gains like extra like plus on his attacks and gets extra attack, Lunar Chimeras also spawn during that phase. But the difference between those two is that with False Sun, golems spawn constantly, like all the time, super quickly. Stone golems themselves aren't like super threatening enemies, they're kind of just tanky. But when you have like 20 of them on the stage because you were fighting phase 2 for like a minute or something, I don't know. This was too much. The attack False Sun actually gains is his dumbass laser. He charges it up for a bit, and it has like a very it has a huge facial cue. So if you're looking at him, you're going to notice it. The problem is that you can't dodge it the way you can dodge other lasers. Just like the lightning on the Prime Meridian. What the fuck? But normally you can dodge lasers two ways. By either hiding behind, like some type of terrain, or you could simply outrun it. It's not that hard to actually outrun most lasers. False Sun, however, you have to hide behind terrain because it hit scans on like your it's not based on the laser visual, it's based on whether False Sun can see you or not. You could be visually outrunning the laser, but you're not. To add on to that, the False Sun has absurd damage. It just shreds you. Just die. The big problem with the laser though, while False Sun is using the laser, False Sun can move towards you. He will move towards you. You'll move, and most enemies, if they know where you are, they're gonna go towards you, which makes sense. But False Sun can do that while he's using his laser. So if he's close enough to wherever you're hiding behind, he could just go around it. What doesn't help with that is that all you have for cover are like 4 very small pillars that that like they're only on one half of the stage. The pillars themselves are only on one half of the stage, and they're tiny. So you have 4 pillars that like in total encompass like a tenth of the arena. And if you're on the other side of the stage while he charges up the attack, you're kind of just fucked. Which is so funny and awesome and so cool and so good. I love it so much. I love his laser. Again, you're also being harassed by a bunch of stone golems at this point. And Falstun is moving towards you. And the Falstun has a bug where you can do multiple attacks at the same time. Which is really funny because even if he doesn't like walk around the pillar, if he's close enough, I'm gonna talk about the character unlock when I talk about phase 4, phase 3. There's only 3 phases, but there's more. But if you're close enough, if he's close enough to you, he can use his club attack through the other side of the pillar and still kill you because he felt like it. That's right, you're doing everything right. You're dodging the laser as intended because that's the only way you can. And suddenly, through the other side of the wall, you die because he slammed his club onto you. Okay, let's say you made it through phase. This is like probably like an hour like a 2-hour long run or something. You've looped like twice or something. You made it past phase 2. Phase 3 happens. Yeah, who needs walls? Phase 3 happens. Now, in terms of like actual things, nothing really gets added. It's just he's deadlier. His laser does more damage. His attacks do more damage. And that's really it. Also, the golems stop spawning at this point. The golems are gone. They don't exist anymore. But Falstun is a lot deadlier at this point. Phase 4 isn't that bad. Unless you're unlocking Falstun. If you are unlocking the Falstun character, it becomes a lot worse. So the way you unlock the Falstun is that you need to go to the Gilded Coast, fight Aurelia Knight, and grab and you have to grab the Halcyon seed that drops when you kill Aurelia Knight. And then you go to the Path of Colossus, you right hit the Falstun. And normally what the Halcyon seed does is that when you're in a teleporter, when you're at a teleporter event, or when you're fighting phase 4 of Mythics, the Halcyon seed will get removed from your inventory and spawn Aurelia Knight, who will help you. You locked Epic Fetus. Good job, boxing. Pick it up as Jacob and Esau. I'm a hitbox and hitbox. And then, essentially, Aurelia Knight would help you for the teleporter, or phase 4 of Mythics. And normally, outside of Eclipse, it's a really good item. But typically, especially in the higher levels of Eclipse, the Aurelia Knight isn't really much help. Because Aurelia Knight spawns with half health. Aurelia Knight, enemies effectively attack twice as often. So at that point, like, Aurelian Knight isn't much help. But even at higher levels of Eclipse, though, Aurelian Knight really helps for Phase 4 of Mythics. Because Mythics isn't fast, and typically doesn't do an attack until a bit after. Later Eclipse levels, I wouldn't say it's not worth the effort, because the stage itself can give good loot. Because there's been, in later Eclipse levels, let's say Eclipse 7 and 8, specifically Eclipse 7 and 8, I think any lower than 7 is fine. Like 5, or not 5. 1 is where like the problem starts, but it's fine. Like the 50% health on first 6 Eclipse levels aren't that bad. The main problem is as soon as enemy skill cooldowns get reduced by 50%, that's when Aurelian Knight really becomes not super helpful. But Aurelian Knight still is some decent help. And also the Gilded Coast has some benefits itself. Like how it doesn't advance the timer. Because it's a hidden realm, it doesn't move the timer. So enemies nothing's gonna scale or anything. Which is good. It also has 4 small chests. So you're also getting 4 items from the stage anyways. Which again is also just good and nice to have. I wouldn't say it's not worth it, it's just Aurelian Knight herself doesn't help as much. Destroyed. Absolutely killed it. And that's why Soul Spot, Seeker's Balls is the better secondary. And again, even in higher Eclipse levels, Aurelian Knight can really help for Phase 4. Mythics is slow, and typically Aurelian Knight will get an attack off before Mythic starts shooting. And unless you have like a ton of AoE or just a ton of damage beforehand, like compressing like lesser amount of items, Aurelian is gonna survive for a decent amount of time. Right, most of the time, unless you just have absurd single target damage, right, in like a small amount of items or items you got more recently due to how Mythic's item stealing works. Or, I think it's based on items you get earlier on, actually. I can't remember. Yeah, if you have like a ton of like single target damage, Mythics will just delete Aurelian Knight. And if you have like a ton of AoE, if you have like a lot of AoE damage, how does he do anything towards... nothing. Okay. So, going towards up to the full set fight, it doesn't do anything. The benefit of it is that the Gilded Coast, after you beat Aurelian Knight, it gives you a guaranteed green portal, which puts you on the path to Colossus. Which, if I did it now, I'm going to the Gilded Coast right now. If I did it now, I'd be taken to the Prime Meridian, which I am not doing. I am not going to the Prime Meridian. I'm here to win, not fight Pulsar. But, one of the things is that, ow, oh my god, I'm hurting. It hurts. Having these outer Lemurians here is really annoying. And is really bad. Because I might die. These children aren't helping. 500 damage. That's annoying. As soon as I start streaming, my skill just drops drastically. Eric, good job. You are correct. That is literally what happens. Yup. Yeah, so that's the whole gimmick. On phase 4, Aurelia Knight goes to Pulse Sun and goes against you. What makes it even better is that Aurelia is significantly deadlier because of the buff stats she gets when she spawns. The Halcyon Seed gives her extra stats. Depending on if you have more stacks of it. So like, she's still like a much more of a threat than if you just fought her normally. That's because you have to fight Pulse Sun too. Like, Pulse Sun has the same attacks and everything, so nothing about like the base of the Pulse Sun fight is different. You're just doing phase 3 again, except worse. And if you have the Halcyon Seed, Aurelia Knight's against you now, which just makes it even worse than what it was before. It's so cool, and so all you need to do is beat. All you need to do is kill the Pulse Sun. You can ignore Aurelia Knight, but kind of hard to, and they work together really well because Pulse Sun wants you to not move to kind of, yeah, because like a lot of Pulse Sun things, like Pulse Sun's attacks really work when you're standing still. Obviously most attacks do that. Right? Like the laser. The biggest example I could have is the laser. In order to dodge that laser, you have to stand still behind a pillar, because if you don't, due to how small the pillar is, it's gonna shoot you. And Aurelia Knight has moves. Aurelia Knight's like big long range move heavily counters that. Because where it attacks, where that attack goes is based on where you're moving. So it'll essentially try to predict where you'll be. But if you're standing still, obviously it's gonna be right where you are. So obviously you're gonna have to move. But also do not like how the attack works too, because it spawns like multiple areas of where it hits. If you get unlucky, and it decides to, like hit, you know, where you are and like behind and in front of you, you're forced to move out from the pillar and into Pulse Sun's laser, die anyways. You get hit by the attack and you're gonna get launched up into the air, which is gonna lead you into Pulse Sun's laser. Aurelia Knight also has a laser, but it's significantly less deadlier. Except for the fact of that she spawns, she also shoots other projectiles, explosive projectiles. So if you're also hiding behind those pillars, if you're too close to the pillar, you'd still get hit. And then her third attack is also very similar. She has a little orb above her that shoots explosive projectiles. Which again, if you're too close to the pillar, will hit you. Yeah, I think like it's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. It's nice as a concept, and not much else. Bullets and Aurelia Knight just kind of like work too well, and also, well, it's at the same time, Aurelia Knight really doesn't do much because the Pulse is probably just gonna delete you anyways. Invincible dash, that will go to your position. A giant club slam. He has all the attacks of the previous phases. And he's buffed. Such a cool boss. You can fight this boss on the 4th stage. And if anything, it like very heavily encourages you to, because of the fact that the Halcyon Knight's Shrine can spawn 1st stage. On one hand, I get it, because the maybe they should change Pulsar to work with it. I don't know if they're Pulsar and attacking and ignoring each other. I mean, the reason they ignore each other is because they're on the same side. Like, Aurelia Knight gets transferred to, like, the enemy team. Right? They are working together. It's just, they're completely separate and an entity. Doing their own thing. Like a tier 2 auto bound, so true. Yeah, you can fight Falson on stage 4, which is so dumb. But you can also fight Voidling on stage 4. You're most likely not going to, because Voidling, compared to Aurelia, like, Voidling is a very much, it's like a very hidden boss. I think the other final bosses, other than Aurelia Knight and Mithrix, like, the other final bosses you can fight are very hidden. Like, it's clear that, like, you're supposed to attack, you're supposed to fight Mithrix in the end. And then False Sun over here spawns a Halcyon Shrine, 1st stage, right? Which isn't, it's like, ooh, that's cool, it's new, I've never seen that before, I should go interact with that. Gives you 3 items, and it spawns a new green portal, that's also cool, I should go check that out. And suddenly you're thrust into hell. The False Sun fight is, it's 7 steady souls. the Photon fight makes it seem like it's supposed to be a boss that you're supposed to fight after looping. But the presentation of this of how to get to the Path of Colossus makes it seem like you're supposed to go there immediately. Right? It sounds like you're supposed to go there before your first loop. But the full sun fight just completely contradicts all of that. Yeah, wow, look, a new portal, and suddenly you're... I mean, you're, like, the stages are fine. Again, like, the stages themselves, Providence Feet Stage and the Treeborn Colony are fine. And then you're in the Prime Meridian, and... Wow, I died. There was stuff I could do about that. Yep, wow, that was awesome. I love this. Leaves Risk of Rain forever. Oh, you know that's good enough location. Yeah, that's totally my fault, exactly. Wow, look at this interesting fight. Wow, this is so interesting. Wow, I'm so glad I chose to play Seeker. I should have done this after the teleporter, because that way enemies wouldn't spawn and annoy me. The only reason I can do this is because Seeker's primary goes through walls. These things are annoying me. Stupid wisps. I just want to fight this stupid gold creature in this completely fair fight. This is the false sun fight, just so you know. This is the false sun fight. This is a lie. I'm lying. I'd have more effectiveness from this if I just reset the combo. Yeah, this takes forever, but also, it's worth it. I'm getting 3 items from this, and I'm not even in any danger. Oh, hey, what do you know? He does get sucked by it. Get fucked. And you're not supposed to do that. What the fuck was that? You died. No, that's good. Fun fact about the item selection that was there. The Aurelia Knight's Blessing, or whatever it's called. Just a little fun fact, but at least 2 of the items, at least when you get tier 3, which is the max, like the 5 items, at least 2 of them are always DLC items. Oh, that's fun. Wow, good thing I have this black hole. That was almost all of them. That was all of them but the elites. Green portal, and that does. I should totally go through the green portal. You know what? I'm gonna go through the green portal because it's funny. Again, the first. Oh wait, there's a void crit. I'm gonna read this teleporter first. I want to interact with the. I want the void item. Out of the three new characters, out of the three Seekers of the Storm characters, Seeker's like the only one who has like really good, like consistent, really good, like and consistent way to deal with airborne enemies. It's like Chef's primary is too slow to hit flying enemies a lot of the time, and Falson's a melee character. Also, all the new characters are like played like super close range, which is really weird. Can I just ping the thing? That is a chest. Oh wait, I can cancel. I forgot. I can cancel it. Wow, that's so worth it. Last year's lens is so good. 0.5% chance to instantly kill something for the small trade-off of all my crit. So good. Green portal time. It's like a sandbox after you beat all the enemies. That's really funny. So this is Providence Feet stage. It doesn't have a real. I refuse to call it by its real name. This is the Providence Feet stage. I love this. It has Providence's feet. That's not the reason why I love this stage. That's not the reason I like this stage. I swear. This is honestly like a pretty decent stage, actually. Except for when it spawns another Lemurian, what the hell? This is the second stage. I mean, it's a cool stage. See, the best part about this DLC are the stage designs, because they visually they look so good. See, at least the artists knew what they were doing. I can't say the same about anything else. It's not the developer. It's not the developer's fault. Developing a large DLC takes time. Time that they didn't have. We should recode the entire game in a year. Quote from Randy Gearbox. This is stage 5 returns. What, the temple. I mean, this is called the, no, I can't say its real name. I'm never letting you know the real name of this stage. This is Providence Feet. Stage of Temple, yeah, I know. I had to take like a moment to like, this was a stage 5 again. I remembered. That's a crit printer. I kind of want crit, but I don't know if there's a scrapper on this stage. I should have used the scrapper last stage, but I didn't see it. Or I'm stupid and forgot. No, I meant Providence Feet as in, his actual feet. Like Providence, no, this is, this is, that's one of Providence's feet. That's one of them. He has 2 feet. So fun fact, this is the stage where you unlock Chef. I unlocked Chef already, so Chef wouldn't be there, but I in there. It's where you would unlock Chef. Chef would be like there where I'm looking, and you have to give items to him. I have two of the 3 items you need to give to Chef. I have 2 bison steak. This game, this run has given me so many chances to get bison steak from mochi shops. No, Seeker doesn't have an unlock. Seeker's unlock condition is actually the hardest one of the DLC. Because you need to buy the DLC to unlock Seeker. Which I think is kind of lame. Honestly, I think Seeker should have had an unlock. I feel like Seeker's unlock would have worked if it was like something like related to a lore, like I don't know, something like beat the Gilded Coast or something, or complete the Path of the Colossus. Or something like that. On one hand, like, another base character is cool and all. On the other hand, I don't need 4 starting characters. I think Railgunner worked fine because I don't know what Railgunner's unlock could have been. Because in terms of like the Survivors of the Void, Railgunner isn't really related to the Void at all. Or anything, any of the lore really. Seeker has direct connections to this, to the lore and the Seekers of the Storm DLC. got her. Sailstar! Oh my god, Sailstar! Yeah, I really wish. I think in the cheat stage, one per Colossus path. Yeah, I guess, but I feel I still feel like it should have been something like complete the Gilded Coast or beat the Path of Colossus. I think it should have been just like complete the Gilded Coast, like kill the Aurelian Knight or something, because Seeker's lore is like directly works with like Aurelian Knight's lore. It's like directly like linked to Aurelian Knight. Because that's what the thing on her back is. It's a jar. It's containing like a bit of like Aurelian Knight's power. Like Seeker's actual lore plays it's not like a huge part in the actual lore, right? But it has a purpose. It's to show Aurelian Knight spreading power at this point. Right, for Seeker it made sense because I think for Seeker it made sense. It was the first DLC. Right, the first DLC, it's cool and new, and again, Railgunner doesn't have like anything related to the lore. Railgunner doesn't have lore. Railgunner is someone, alright. Yeah. But like for Railgunner, not having the monologue is perfectly fine. It's the first time, that's cool, and I like it. A third extra character is fine. 4 is too many. It's just like how I feel about the amount of revives in the game now. Stars in the Void, like in the base game, there's Diaz, best friend. Right? That's one revive. And Stars of the Void, it gave you another one in the form of Pluripotent Larva, which is the Void version of Diaz, best friend. And it also gives you an extra life, but it corrupts all your items, which kind of puts... Yeah, Railgunner is the person with the railgun, that's about it. That's true. Literally argued that Railgunner's lore is an argument about how snipes exist, and that's why people call them snipers. And then it ends up with rails are real too, you know. And that's all the lore Railgunner has. Seekers of the Storm introduces like 3 new ways to revive people in that DLC alone. Right, it gives you the Seed of Life, which is an equipment that revives you, and I think it's probably the best revive item in the best revive method in the DLC, because there's like some strategy about having Seed of Life. It isn't I pick this up, I get an extra life. It's I'm giving up an equipment slot for this, and I only have 1 of those. Unless I'm playing multi, then I have 2. But only 1 active at a time. Alright, the other 2 ways are that shrine, the Shrine of Shaping, which it's supposed to revive you, and the downside, and you have to pay 30% of your max health. As you can see, 30% of my max health is gone, and essentially entirely removed till the end of the stage. That's supposed to be the downside of it, but doesn't really work because reviving removes the downside anyways. So you're getting an extra 70% health. And last way is Seeker. Seeker in multiplayer, specifically it has to be multiplayer because it doesn't work in single player. But when you reach max stacks of Tranquility, you revive anyone who's dead. And I think Seeker's revive is also fine, because yes, that is exactly what happened, yeah. I think Seeker's revive is fine because it works as a multiplayer thing. I think having revive in multiplayer, having a consistent way to revive people in multiplayer is actually really good. Right? It works super well, and it's not like, oh, I died, can't wait to sit through the rest of the stage doing nothing. Right, so I really like Seeker being like a character you play if you're like if you have someone new to the game or someone less experienced, right? Someone that's probably gonna die kind of often because it gives them a second chance. It's only once a stage, but even once a stage is fine. I don't mind it. I just don't. The only one I really have a problem with is yeah, plus Seekers, yeah, Revive used to have, you need to like reach your 7th stack, which without the quick, not including the quick time events, which are probably like 2 seconds, right? The base cooldown on Meditate is 15 seconds. So reaching your 7th stack would be like 60 seconds. That would be like a minute. A bit more than a minute because of the quick time event. And if you fail on it, it makes your cooldown 20 seconds or 15. Or if it ends the timer when you finish it. So it could be longer. At most, this thing, without the quick time events, could be 80 seconds. 80? No, that's 140. Including the quick time events and all of that, it actually wouldn't even matter because by the time you do that, if you had the max amount, you'd probably almost done the time anyway, just like 5 seconds, I'd want to say. So including that, I'm just gonna say like 5 seconds per each one, so that's 35. So it's like 175 seconds. 175 seconds of just using your Meditate. Right, so typically, it's gonna be, it takes a while. And again, the minimum amount of time, if you're going super fast, I'm gonna assume that the quick time event is probably gonna be like 2 seconds. Because you need the time to like, actually like, you know what the inputs are, right? And then time to actually input those things, right? Time to see it, time to input it, and then the end of the animation, right? The startup and the end of the animation. So I'm gonna say roughly 2 seconds, right? So the minimum amount of time. My mind is blanking right now. 105. So it'll be like roughly around 119 seconds. So about 2 minutes is how long it's gonna roughly take you. And this isn't including like other factors. Yeah, the cooldown alone is 105. Yeah. So like generally, it's gonna take about 2 minutes for you to reach max. And this isn't counting like enemy spawns and stuff. Like if you have like a bunch of enemies near you, I'm not using Meditate because that would put me in more danger. The one time it's fine. I like Seeker's Revive. And I think it works great for just being in multiplayer. Wait, was it just on the... Oh my god. I didn't know. Fuck. No. I'm stupid. Okay, well, GG. Damn it. No, it's actually, it's dumb, it's stupid. I really hate it. fuck? There's no luck and I'm just fucked. I'm gonna die. I am so stupid. I don't know how I forgot I was on the Treeborn colony. What the fuck? I didn't know that was there. Kind of useless, but... Boop. It's fine, I can generally cheese this area because I have Sojourn. So that alone just makes it a lot easier to deal with. I'm gonna break as many geodes as I can. Because I can. I don't have any money. No way. But also because I'm pretty sure it gives you items at the end. If you break enough of them. Ow. Boop. Beep. Bop. And I think that's all of them. I don't really care about not having money though. I just hope I got all of them. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Okay, time to go up. I'm leaving. I hate this place. What? What do you... This has like the pass where you can go back and forth between the two. Yes, yes you can. Oh, so... You're not supposed to be up here. You're... what the fuck? I'm killing you. I thought I would give you an item. I'm guessing... No, it does. Okay, it does. I'm not crazy. Oh, why? What the hell? What is this? I'm taking a screenshot of this too. Can you just put me out of it? Okay, so pressing literally any other button will just take you out of it. That's stupid. I don't think my screenshotted that. No! Why can't I... I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this after the stream. This is stupid. What the hell? No, my sales rep. So I really want a ukulele. Or two. Yeah, those are pretty good items to lose, actually. I don't really care about those. Oh, what the fuck? Why did it turn so yellow? Ew. Okay. So this is a false sun fight. I didn't want to do this. I'm gonna die. Oh, I think he's targeting a drone with a beetle guard. I think that's actually huge. Ow, what the fuck? Anyways, the beetle guard serves as an amazing meat shield because of its bugged spawn rate. I keep thinking he's gonna dash towards me, and he's just not. Ow. Out of here. Ow, give me that barrier. You know what? I'm putting music on. I'm putting the game music on for this because this boss fight theme is awesome. Okay, and now golem spawn. Oh, so I'm on the wrong side of the stage. And here he goes! That's his laser. His awesome laser that's on sight. It's dumb and stupid and it's... I hate it! What the fuck? And he's doing his laser again. That's not good for me! But yeah, these fuck-ass golems just coming out of nowhere. Yep, actually, I got stuck. I got stuck on some piece of terrain that spawned right as they tried to move away. There's not much I could have done there. Actually, you know what I could have done? Not have gone to the Prime Meridian. I feel like that would have been a pretty decent idea. Okay, I'm gonna do like one more run. I can't take this anymore. I'm playing False Sun. How do we avoid? That's a good idea. I like that idea. This is a good start. This character really needs... This character is interesting, and by interesting I mean boring! I hate this character. This character is so boring. This guy's just stupid and like overtuned. Just like he has everything. And to be honest, like the skills themselves, like the actual effect of the skills, to be honest, aren't like half of them aren't that great. Lunar Ruin is an extremely powerful debuff, especially since it counts as 2 debuffs for like Death Mark and something like that. But it makes the damage they take increase by 10%, and it also reduces their speed, just like it does when it's on you. It takes the 10% extra damage. like they have one thing to do 100 times, they have 100 things once. Yep. But like the Lunar Ruin debuff is extremely powerful. And it's also one of like the few things. It's like one of the only debuffs that can contribute to proccing bans. 'Cause normally debuffs can't do that. There are now 2 exceptions. The only one other exception was Mercenaries Exposed. And so Lunar Ruin having that is kind of weird, in my opinion. So what do they want to his dash surprisingly does not cover that much ground, and it does damage, I guess, but it's not like super useful damage. The laser is good. The only like drawback of it is that it makes you super slow when you use it. And like the primary is fine, but the main attack of it is okay. A bit slow, but that's whatever. It does decent damage. And the slime is just ridiculously overpowered. It does 1,500% damage. So my base damage right now is 19. This thing does... let's see. I don't want to do math in my head. I'm not smart enough for that. 1,900. 190. I'm currently dying. I don't want to do math. I've been thinking too much. It does a lot of damage. With like base damage of 13, yeah, 13. Right, it does... $156 damage? It does 156 damage on level 1. Right now he's doing 245. I mean, this isn't like, it's not like this is the strongest move in the game. They're stronger in terms of like raw damage. But the thing with those ones is that those have cooldowns. I believe the strongest, like, I don't even know. It's like, in terms of like primary damage, let me check what the strongest is. I believe it's Moti. Moti's V-Bar Puncher, because it does 600. Yeah. Moti's V-Bar Puncher is the highest damage in primary. It does 600% damage. And the drawback of that is it attacks super slowly. Which I guess could be a drawback for Falstone's primary too. But the other thing is that it's a proc coefficient of 3. Which means it means that items are 3 times as likely to activate. As well as they also do 3 times the amount of damage. Or they last, or like, in terms of like debuffs, they last 3 times as long. In terms of like actual items, they inherit the 1,500% damage. Which is still absurd. Like this, despite how slow it is, if you have other items, this is broken. This move, the slam itself is just so strong. it should not have a 3 proc coefficient, because there's 2 other moves in the game that have a 3.0 proc coefficient, and those moves are like super high damaging moves that take a long time to use, or have a long cooldown. So, but this one is super spammable, 1,500 damage, and will proc everything, like, all the time. Having something like a ukulele is insane because it just so much. It's like the ukulele is a good AoE item by itself. Its drawback is its chance. It's 25% chance, and it doesn't do that much damage. But that all gets mitigated when your slam has it's 3 times more likely to activate the ukulele, making that 25% a 75% chance to activate. As well as it does a 1,500% extra damage. More damage than it normally would have. Because directly damaging abilities, deal extra damage. Their damage is based on the damage of the move that activated it. So if I'm using Commando's primary, which does 100%, it would do 300% of the 100% damage. The ukulele's base damage, I believe, is 300%. Yeah, full stun would do 300% of the 1,500. It's so broken. It's so stupid. This is why I hate Pulsar. Pulsar just... It doesn't mean, like, his passive is also absurdly strong, too. Just giving him free stats is super strong. Believe it or not, this character is pretty good. There's a reason why throughout Eclipse 4 to 7, I've done all of them first try. This character's not super strong at all, trust me. Adding on to this, like, his base stats are just generally really good too. Having the second highest amount of health out of the selectable characters. Heretic doesn't count. Heretic has the highest, both the highest damage and the highest health. But that doesn't count because I can't choose Heretic in the character select menu. Heretic isn't real. Something good and possible. Fulson has... I guess Fulson in terms of like actual damage is worse than other characters because its scale is so much worse. Like, while technically he has higher damage, while his base damage is higher than most survivors, because most survivors have 12, and Fulson has 13. Overall, his damage is worse. But who needs a damage stat when you do 1,500 damage with your primary? Like, it might sound crazy, but this character's good. Not like the strongest character by any means. I firmly believe that the strongest character is Loader. But it is definitely super strong. if Folston had a higher damage scaling, I think he would just be broken. I think the build is broken. I mean, Paulson does have some interesting ideas though, like the growth mechanic of making max health give you extra benefits for your skills. I wish it was more than half his skills, but it's cool. Making sure that it's like, but it's bonus max health, so it's not like your base max health will encounter growth. It's like, if I have a bunch of health from items, Bison Steak, Confusion, Prayer Beads, those are probably the most common ones. Right, then I'll get extra stacks my secondary, which in turn buff my passive. Right? It also makes this special, the one I'm using right now, it makes that one deal more or last longer. But Falson's range on like the normal swing is very misleading. It seems like the visual effects make it seems like it should hit further, but the actual hitbox is the club. Which is weird because the slam has a much larger hitbox than just the club too. Die. The fact that I'm not getting any curse in like these wisps. In Eclipse 8, wisps tend to give like a lot of curse just because they're relatively hard to dodge, and they deal like most part just enough damage to give you curse. This can be mitigated with like a bit of extra armor or a potion armor plate. Is why the potion armor. One of the reasons why the potion armor plate is a good item in like Eclipse 8. Because it just like negates curse from like a lot of enemies. But also, it's fully good. But like those can be mitigated from like people with like armor and stuff. Even with the character for like starting item, typically wisps give like a little bit of curse. Like if they're like a higher level than you, they'll tend to give curse. But if you're higher level than the enemies, which is not going to happen that often, or you're the same level, which outside the early game, again, isn't really going to happen that often. They don't. They might give you curse. They probably might not give you curse at the same level. But most characters starting armor. But Falsen has more, and therefore just ignores curse. I got 21 stacks, and I got hit so often. Fun fact, Falstun Slam also cancels fall damage. Makes you immune to fall damage for the duration of the slam. Anyways, I'm gonna employ Ultimate Eclipse 8 cheese. I'm gonna employ such an awesome strat for fighting these Halcyon Knights. Watch this. No, shit, let me jump up here. Never mind. Get back down. Can you jump up here? Oh, isn't this so cool? This is so interesting. And the only reason I can do this is because it's bugged. It's just bugged. The pathing for the enemies. They just didn't code it correctly or something. So they don't try to like find ways to get up to you. They just, oh, you're there. They ignore like terrain, so you're there, which means I have to go here. And they just can't reach you, and they don't care. It's hard fight. I know. How am I not dead? No, I'm not. I'm too afraid that I'm gonna. I forgot the void kernel. No. Ah! Stupid. Look, trying to remember two things is really hard. Do I want to bison? They move GXs. You're like, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Most enemies will like try to check. Fuck! Oh god, that's a lot of fall damage. That's really bad. It's really damage. Yeah, but most enemies, if there's terrain in their way, they will try to find other ways to reach you. If there is an available way to reach you, they'll just take like the most direct path they can. And if they can't, they'll try to strafe around if they can, trying to find ways to maybe like try to hit you. Or if they're like a purely melee enemy, they will do what the Halcyon Knight does and kind of just like crowd up around it. But unlike Halcyon Knights, if there is an available way to get you, they will take that path. Even if it's like halfway across the map, if they can, they will. But the Halcyon Knights just, terrain doesn't exist, despite the fact of like actively rubbing against the wall. I think the blind enemies path better than the Halcyon Knight. They try to take the, yeah, they take the fastest available route, yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, thanks. Thanks, game. I love Electric Boomerang, by the way. Electric Boomerang is one of my favorite items from the DLC. I just love it. This thing has a 45% chance of proccing on my slam. This is a super good proc item. But like False Sun, just like with his moves, with his like abilities, kind of like negate the downsides of a bunch of Eclipse levels, which makes Eclipse really easy for him. Not the only character who does that, but is one of the characters that can. Like, just due to how it's like almost any character can remove the effect of Eclipse 3 most of the time. Eclipse 3 makes it so that fall damage is doubled and lethal, and most characters have ways to stall their momentum to like completely freeze it. Typically in their utility moves. But like that thing, but the point of that is like it's not always gonna happen. You're not always gonna have that move off cooldown. Fall Stun does, because the move is fall damage. I could jump off here right now and watch this, no damage. Accurate also can do that, but with his utility. And that utility has an 8-second cooldown. This has a no second cooldown. False Stun also pretty much negates the effect of Eclipse 5 due to the Lunar Spikes giving you regen, which isn't affected by the 50% healing cut. Regen isn't effective. A reason why like Cautious Slug is a great item for Eclipse is because it goes through the effect of Eclipse 5. Fall damage seems more like an issue when dealing with other problems compared to itself. Yes, that's exactly it. If an enemy sends you to the air, it's actually really threatening. Most of the time, it's not going to be a problem. Alright, if you just like acknowledge your surroundings, it's not that bad. You're most likely not. Like, if you're taking fall damage, it's most likely an accident. Right, but some enemies can send you airborne, which can be really deadly. When the fall damage is double and lethal. Also, yeah, regen, like, Cautious Slug is a good item in Eclipse. I think it's a pretty decent item generally. But it's a much better item in Eclipse because regen isn't effective. Like, so having 6 extra health regen for not having taken damage for a few seconds is really big. This 50% healing cut is a lot. And can really hinder, it's 3 HP, I'm stupid. It's 3 HP is still good, because that's not cut. But like, Eclipse 5 can really hurt some characters, healing-based characters. There's like 3, there's like, Chef, Seeker, especially Rex. This also harms Void Fiend quite a bit too. But not that bad, because Void Fiend's base thing is 25% health anyways. 12.5 is still really good. It's not 25% of my health. Right, Eclipse 8 poses a lot less of a threat because of natural armor, as well as the extra armor you gain from existing. And really, like, the only real threatening ones, like, the only ones that really, like, hurt, like, a specific, like, character, like, moves are, like, 3, 7, or 3, 5, and 8. It's just, with the Eclipse modifiers, mostly affect enemies or like the way you loot or stuff like that, like stages or enemies. Like Eclipse 4 increases enemy speed. Eclipse 7 reduces enemy cooldowns. Right? 1 and 2 just generally aren't that bad. I've gotten so used to Eclipse 2 that seeing a teleporter that isn't super small is just super weird to me. And Eclipse 1 is just you start with half your max health when you go to stage, which isn't that bad because healing items negate that really easily. But Eclipse 8 really hurts Rex. Specifically Rex because it restricts their moveset so much. Because the gimmick of Rex is that half your selectable moves can hurt you. The gimmick of Rex is that your health you use your health as a resource. Half your selectable moves hurt you when you use them. But also Rex has a lot of healing in their kit. But Eclipse 8 doesn't like account for like whether it's like self damage or not. It's just any damage. That's more than 2.5% of your max health. So when your moves take 15, 18, 25% of your current health, that's gonna rack up a lot of curse. That hits? What is the range on this move? What the hell? How are you telling me that I hit from up here? What the fuck? Why? This slam is stupid. Like, the character who, like, negates, like, Eclipse the best, I think, is Loader. Loader's completely immune to Eclipse 3. Eclipse 5 isn't that bad, but you can just get Barrier instead. And Eclipse 8, again, isn't as bad if you just... If you kill an enemy before they can hurt you, you won't get affected by Eclipse 8. Which Loader's really good at. Loader has some of the best damage in the game. Because her moves just do... Because her Charge Punch does 2,700%. And typically it does more too. Typically. All the time. It always does more than what it actually says because of the heavy keyword. Which makes it so that it does more damage based on your movement speed. So Loader has extremely good damage and doesn't really have to worry about, despite being a melee character, does not have to worry as much about Eclipse 8 because of her burst damage. Gasoline printer. That's good. I do want AoE. Flying enemies. Stupid blind pests everywhere. Not really that worried about them, to be honest, but they're annoying. They annoy me. They're not like super threatening. They're just fuck. I got hit with a poison. Damn it. Darling. These things are just annoying. I'd love AoE to deal with them, so I don't have to just use my laser on them. Because the lunar spikes are not good with dealing with flying enemies. There isn't that much I actually want to scrap. It's funny. Typically, Spice and Steak would be like in just an insta scrap. 25 health is not a lot. But I'm playing Pulse Sun and I get benefits from having max health. The Spice and Stick is actually good. Which is so funny to hear. Spice and Steak is good. The 25 max health. Oh, that's probably last one. Hello, blind pest. That's another gasoline. Also, bolstering lantern is apparently a utility item for whatever reason. I get if it's in the damage category because it gives you damage, but why is it utility? What part of giving a damage increase when I'm below half health? What part of that sounds like utility? That's crit. I might want crit more than gasoline. Do I want AoE or do I just want raw damage? I want crit. I'll scrap the war banner later. that was a bit of damage. Just died. Okay, what was I doing? Oh right, Scrapper. When I won in Eclipse 7, I had 13 soldier syringes. A little bit, a small amount. It was really funny. Not super useful because I couldn't get into melee range of Mythics. I survived a lot of hits that most characters wouldn't have lived. Is it because Fulson is just that broken? Because Fulson has high health and high armor and a decent armor at all. Okay, that's 2 glasses. Yeah, I'm gonna take crit. An 81% chance to crit. I think that's pretty good. If I really wanted to go all in on crit, I could scrap something like my Mocha, which I don't want as much. I guess my tri-tip, but I also like having the tri-tip, especially with Electric Boomerang. Pistol Jets. I forgot. Yep, that was the stage 3. It feels like I should have been on stage 4 last stage. That's a nice fan. That's gonna increase the slam's damage by so much. Now, so slam's damage, the slam is so good for most of the game. And then you fight Mythics. Oh my god, a Shatter Screen. Do I want Shatter Screen or Molten Perforator? Oh, that's hard. It's a hard choice. I'm getting it hurt. As good as Shatter Screen is, I have an Electric Boomerang, and that might actually become super good against that. I'm trying to think of like fighting Mythics specifically. Shatter Screen is an amazing item, an amazing AoE. But I don't think it would help as much for Mythics. Bleed is good, but I can't apply it all the time. 6,556. And I can't apply... I can't proc, the Molten Perfect all the time, but No, I should. I just remembered that I have a bunch of. I should have gone for Shadow Screen. I'm throwing. I just remembered that I had a ton of crits. Shadow Screen would have been more useful. I was only thinking about the AoE aspect of Shadow Screen, not the bleed. Hi guys, I'm throwing. I am a good Risk of Rain player here. I don't know what items. I don't know how to be situationally aware. Look, trust. Nymph Overlord is gonna spawn on the teleporter, and it's gonna drop a Shadow Screen, and it'll all be worth it. Because I would rather have a Perforator and a Shadow Screen rather than 2 Shadow Screens. This is totally gonna happen. Trust me. Even without the perf or the Shadow Spleen, this is still a really good run. I think both items are just really good. Okay, that's enough money. Time to open the legendary chest. It better be good. If it's a laser scope, I would cry. Because that means I should have gone to Shadow Screen. That's actually really good. That's huge because it reduces the cooldown of my laser. Which is something I really want for Mithrix. The laser is such a good tool for Mithrix. Another ice band. Literally, it's in the wall. What the hell? Give me that band. Where? Why? It's in the floor. Why? How? I love that they. That's like also one of the things that they broke in the Secrets of the Storm. Enemies can go in walls. If propelled with enough force, they can go in. I've had so many encounters where in phase 2 of Mythics, an enemy genuinely just spawned in the wall. Thankfully, it never like soft blocked me or anything. It's just been like really annoying. I've always had ways to hit enemies through walls, but if I'm playing like, and it's always a Lunar Wisp too. It's never anything else. But if I was playing, like, the Huntress, who can't even aim if they can't even see an enemy. Like, what am I supposed to do there? Hit through the wall with Ballista? They can't. Oh, did I not dash? What the hell? That's so sad. I meant to dash. I literally pressed the button. Must have been like in the slam animation, so it just didn't do it. Didn't go through. I love burning. My favorite. That was cool. Yeah, I just took like half my health and damage for no reason. There's no like actual telegraph for when it's gonna come up. I believe it's supposed to be like when it like when the ground beneath it like wells up like fire. But it does that so often whenever it's above you that like it's not really a telegraph. It's just annoying. So can it end up just like going up randomly? I'm just supposed to know. Ooh, Sail Star. Nope, that's bad. I learned that a while ago. Lysate Cell is bad with the Laser of the Father. Because it resets the cooldown for whatever charge is currently on cooldown. So, unless all your charges are full, you're gonna be losing quite a bit of time by using the skill at all. Damn it, it's Magma Worm. Oh, I should have gone Shadow Spleen. Ah! This is so sad. Oh, so I might die. I should not open those void cradles. I'm gonna just run for now. Hey, one Magma Worm's dead. Ow, what the hell? Jump scare. Oh, ignition tank. Okay, I'm going down there and I'm killing these stupid crabs. I know where you are. Doesn't help that this one's bright yellow. What the hell? Try actually hiding next time. I need another equipment. This is kind of useless. I'd love like a damage equipment, something like a disposable missile launcher would be awesome. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. A Somarang. Because electric boomerang is bugged. If you have a Somarang and an electric boomerang at the same time, your electric boomerang will always bleed. Because they're coded because Somarang and electric boomerang are coded the exact same way. They're effectively the same item. They do the same thing. But electric boomerang doesn't have the bleed part of it. Boop. Destroyed. Remember when I said I might die? Yeah, I was wrong. I didn't die. I might die later in the run, not now. Clearly. A pillar skip would be awesome because I don't want to do pillars. I really don't have a lot of items I want to scrap. It might have been a bad play to scrap the fuel cells, but right now it's fine. I'm buying an equipment drone for that. Because it's funny to have it say, that was a chest? I didn't even realize that was a chest. I thought it was a drone. Genuinely thought that was a drone. I think that's everything. I don't really care if it's not. I missed 2 chests. What the hell? I'm actually gonna save this void kill until later on because I'm kind of scared of this stage. Children. It has children. That's a manual one. There's 2 of them now. Huh. One's dead. That's good. Oh boy. Easily the best equipment drone. Which consumed triplane. It just says all 4. Yep, I'll put it away. Oh, I really want that, but I don't want to get rid of electric boomerang. But I also don't want to get rid of alien head. I have good, bad item. I love electric boomerang. This is actually like one of my favorite items. I don't think alien head's as interesting, but it's good. It's a good item. Ow! What? Oh! It literally just walked into the wall and then walked out. I love the state of terrain and how enemies can just go through it. I love that so much. It's so cool. Oh, my equipment zone! It said ahoy. What the hell? It's so mean. No more Scorchworms! I hate Scorchworm! Sorry, what I meant was I love burning. It's my favorite activity. FNAF the musical voice lines. Oh my god, it's just the constant wisp spawns. This wouldn't be bad at all if I was a ranged character. I am a melee character. Which is why it's so bad to be a melee character. Oh, right, okay, I'm scrapping that. If there's a scrap on the stage, I am scrapping that. I'm turning that into a brilliant behemoth. That just will happen. I love Scorchworms. The equipment barrel, oh my god, I need an equipment. Okay, that's kind of a lame one, but... Burn! Oh my god, that's 100% crit right there. Boom! 100% chance to crit. I should have taken Shatter Spleen. Scrapper found, Scrapper located, Scrap and rejuve rack. Give me that red scrap. I want a behemoth. Oh, so I should scrap Warp Echoes. Because Warp Echoes is really bad in Eclipse 8. Because it doesn't reduce the amount of curse you're taking. In fact, doubles it. Which is so fun, funny, and absolutely an oversight. You're not, I mean, it's not like Eclipse 8 is the main game mode or anything. Okay. could have ended actually really poorly. That dash was very misplaced. I overestimated the movement the dash would give. Sure, okay. Where's it gonna be somewhere? I found it! Mine! This is my chance to get a Shatter Spleen. Come on. I'm critting every time. Please. If I don't get one, then I'd be throwing. Damn it, no! No. I should have grabbed the Shatter Spleen. Everyone bully me because I didn't get a Shatter Spleen. So I just realized it. If I get like a plasma shrimp, that'd be so funny and so awesome. I love a plasma shrimp. A polyloot. I love polyloot. That one's my favorite. Ow. What 25 health based things, 25% health based things I have? Watches. Yeah. That's good. 100 Bob is good. Very nice for mythics. Just the root really helps hit more laser shots. Leave! Oh, there's another void cradle? Not another the crit barrel? Damn. That's a shame. I would like to better equipment in this. Ugh. Okay. so I just realized I wasted the scrap. I don't need the scrap at all. Growth Nectar? I think I can use Growth Nectar, actually. It's the only red item here. It seems like, so... That's very much worse. That's fall damage. Ow. Boop! No, it seems like I cannot use Growth Nectar, actually. Also, it seems like I already know what some things I'm gonna get. Oh wow. This is gonna be annoying. I'd love to get out this with as little curse as I can, but I don't think I'm gonna get out here with less than 100 curse. I'm probably gonna die from that curse. Oh, I forgot to scrap the... Oh my god, I forgot to scrap the, Warp Decker. That's actually really bad, because I've been getting more curse than I should have with that. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you see like this... Oh wait, there's one other one. I'd much rather do Pillar of Soul than Pillar of Design. Or there's 2 Pillar of Bloods here, actually. I don't know if it gives me crit. No, it doesn't. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's really good. Oh wait, I am affected by gray. By the growth factor. Wait, oh, shit. That's clearly not. Like, yellow stuff? Oh, that's what it is. When I get affected by hungry characters and have the warp geckos. Or is that? Oh my god, there are so many of them. It's like 4, that's too many. Stupid orbs. I hate the orbs. Wisps are the deadliest, but the orbs are so annoying. Okay, so I did make it to the final boss with less than 100 which kind of surprised me, actually. Enough there. Ow. Wait, that's really bad. Ow. Oh, this warp echo is actually like really raining right now. Okay, that's first phase. Okay. Phase 2 done. Phase 3 is gonna be really tough. These fucking orbs! I hate these orbs. I hate the orbs so much. I've gotten so much more hatred from them recently because they've ended so many runs on the Mythic site. Is he gonna jump now? Oh, he did. Okay, he jumped. Okay, I did not expect you to do it so soon. again. Okay. He's gonna pillar soon. Now, what the fuck? Okay, I barely dodged that. What the hell? Yeah. You trying to stop me from swearing. The fact that I've done it multiple times. Stream. Ow! Heal with the balloon spikes. Oh, he's almost dead. There we go. This phase might be really tough. Actually. I am kind of scared. Because I don't have a lot of health. Okay. We got some tri-tips. God, he's just attacking way too fast. Okay, he's circling around here. So this should... He's circling around the other way? What the fuck? You're not supposed to do that. Oh my god. He is a lot faster than I thought he would be. Can I hit him through the no? I'm just gonna circle around this pillar until my Molotov is off cooldown. And I just use the arrow to know where he is. This should burn him? If he fucking walks in, what the hell? Is he just immune to burn or something? Oh my god. I guess he's just immune to burn or something. This is horrible, I hate this. Okay, he is burning this time. Nice, I got my Mocha back. Death Mark. Oh! Ow. Oh, this is so annoying. Oh my god. I did not have my second dash off cooldown. What the fuck? Oh! Oh! Okay. That's good. This is good. Can't get hit by the orbs until I get my band back. No! Oh! I just don't get hit by the orbs. Well, that's a shame. I'm gonna end my stream now. I'm gonna have to leave. I have to leave. Goodbye. Have a good